Hi, everybody. My name is Eric. I am a targeted individual, victim of organized gang stalking, and a believer in the Lord Jesus Christ. Well, a few days ago, I started talking about health, in particular, my health. I started talking about how I eat in my own kitchen. I had to learn how to cook. I don't eat manufactured foods. I don't go to restaurants. That's one of the things I talked about on my first video. And yesterday I made a video where I talked about Candida. And I mentioned the bentonite clay and the psyllium husks and the coconut oil and how, well, we call this is the binder, this bentonite clay. It binds to the Candida and serves to push it out, okay? It starts this whole process. It unlocks it from the side walls of the intestine, binds to it, and moves it out. And of course, the oil, that's, I'm not so sure exactly what it does, but it provides an energy source, okay? Because this is a fast. And anyway, when this is occurring, there's another, what you would probably want to call an operation, and that is you want to shock the Candida. You want to bring a hit to it, a blow. You kind of want to bring death to this bacteria. And that is where we have our herbs. Now, there's a lot of anti-Candida herbs. Do your research, study. It's very easily accessible, this information. But basically, it'll come down to the same list no matter where you go. Now, let me say before I introduce to you all these herbs, there's debate whether or not you're supposed to take the herbs at the same time as you take the binder and the psyllium, or whether you should wait. I myself, I've done it both ways, but because I'm lazy, what I did is that I would put all this stuff here, these two, in a big mason jar, two huge tablespoons, and when I'm downing that water, I'm taking my herbs, handfuls at a time. Sometimes I'd take two of them or three of them. It didn't really matter. It mattered how I felt. Sometimes the cramping would be really bad. Sometimes I would be in the middle and I knew that I was just working this stuff out. And so, I was ready. I was working hard, staying focused. The cramping can get a little bit bothersome, but if you're in the middle of feeling better, so that pain, that feeling better, so I would take two or three of them each one, but not always. Sometimes I just take one. Let's go through the list. Olive leaf. There are more too. Wormwood. That's a good one. Oregon grape. Garlic. Astragalus. Neem, the old favorite. Niacin, probably the most important to kill Candida. Cloves, right next to niacin, very important. The old proven favorite, oil of oregano. And berberine. There's more too, but once I used them up on that last series of cleansing that I did, I didn't renew, I didn't buy them, I just use these. So there are others too. But the point I'm trying to make is that kills the Candida, which is very, very important. And it also provides a little bit of nutrition because we're fasting when we're doing this. And I know a lot of people talk about the gel caps, that they're not good. But hey, that wasn't my issue. I just wanted this stuff out of my body. At the same exact time, I'm doing enemas. I'm not messing around. I want this stuff out. And the colon. Well, the colon is the very first place that gets cleaned. For some reason, it worked from the tail end up. And so the first things that started going out were those things very close to the anus, the culo. Now, I'm not an expert on this, but once that stuff starts coming out, it's very relieving. There is, okay, so the enemas, okay, so you got a lot of different kinds. You got the coffee, which is good for the liver. And, let me just say this. Bile, coffee enemas stimulate bile. Bile is a natural lubricant for the intestines. It works. It's expensive to have organic Kona coffee, but I did it. Yeah, I did that. And I also did warm water with salt. I also tried a little teeny bit of soap, the Dr. Bonner soap, just a little bit. I tried a whole lot of combos. I tried apple cider vinegar. It was very painful. It causes some strict cramping. But to stay alive, hey, I did everything I could do to learn. And it was tough, but it works. Now, there's one other thing. Walking. Getting the body to move. They say if you have an animal, you have a dog, you better walk your dog or he's going to get constipated. It's kind of the same with us. Some of my greatest, how would you say, removals had to do with walking. I never would have thought it, but I was put into situations where I had to walk. I would go downtown. I had to go to get my medicines. I didn't have a car. I would walk. And in Kona, everything is spread out. At the time, I could barely walk. I had a pack, had a ukulele and some food. Walking and trudging. One of the symptoms of this terrible experience was I was so fatigued. My brain had so much fog. I could hardly move. And when I came home the next day or that evening, my body, something in there broke loose. And if it happened one time, it happened a dozen times. So walking, put that on the list of important things that makes this thing work. All right, let's make this topic the title, Candida Cleanse Part 2. That's it for me. I'm done talking about it for today. If you have any questions, leave a comment. I will answer it. God bless us. All right, everybody. I love you. I will see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.